Are you a powerful reality leading edge creator and you feel like your manifestations are like blending or crashing into each other? Well, I got news for you. That's essentially how it works, right? Because the idea is what we focus on grows, and what we think about we become, and how we feel is how it feels when it shows up. Because the feelings is the magnet, the thoughts and focus is like the signal that gets sent out. So let's say there's two topics that you're focusing on, like you really want some change on the global stage, or you really want some more money or something in your life, right? So as you tune into these different topics, you're putting your focus out there and you're putting your thoughts out there. And what happens is then the things kind of start blending together. So for example, you're thinking about some global change and you're thinking about more money, then you might start noticing in the outer world that there's change in the financial system. And so it's like there isn't really just one topic. It's sort of like a vibrational soup that we're in. And when you like pour a new ingredient into the soup, that it just becomes part of the soup. And so that's kind of the thing with vibration. I actually like to call it a vibrational cocktail. And it's essentially whatever you're adding into it, and the feeling matters a lot, is then what starts showing up in our reality. And so let's say you're focusing on a certain topic, and the more airtime you give that topic, the more concentration you give to it, the more focus you give to it, the more frequency you give to it, then the more of that concentration goes into the soup, goes into the cocktail. And then more of that gets revealed back to you in your reality, the mirror of the reality that's reflecting back. So the idea is to focus on things that you prefer more often, or at best as often as you can, or all the time would be like the ideal. Now, clearly, we're all conscious creators doing our best in the moment, and each time we experience something new, there's new preferences that emerge. So every time we have a new experience, we have new information and new preferences appear. So as soon as you become aware of what you prefer and what you don't prefer out of each circumstance, as soon as you can, put more attention on that which you prefer, because then that's what magnetizes or sends out the signal for even more of it. Then the feeling side of it is the way you feel is how it feels when you show up. So even if you're focusing on things that you don't prefer, if you can feel at peace with it, if you can feel relief, soothing, ease, satisfaction, or appreciation, then when it shows up, it'll show up in a way that is soothing, relieving, appreciative. And so if you're able to appreciate it as it's coming, which is one of the master keys to creation, then more things show up that you appreciate. Because really it's state of being first, and the motion's the magnet. So the more you feel a certain way, the more it's magnetized back to you. So the game I recommend, I call 2-to-1, or I call it mining the silver lining. And so anytime you think about something you don't prefer, focus on 2 of what you do prefer. Or anytime you notice that you're feeling a way you don't prefer, spend ideally equally or twice as long feeling the way you do prefer. And so one of the ways you can do that is by conscious breathing or remembering a past memory that feels a certain way. So there's a lot of ways to get there. So if you found this video helpful, leave a comment, tell me what was helpful about it, follow for more, and share it with someone who you feel would be a fit, who would really help this out, who would really be helped out by this. My name's Ken Peterson. Thanks for watching this.